What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It is recap time for Wallabies taking on the All Blacks in New Zealand this past morning and night for you guys over in Australia and New Zealand in what was a bit of a drumming, a walkover. The All Blacks just totally bounced back and looked great, whereas the with the Wallabies just didn't look there. They didn't look there. They had a good start-ish, but then missed opportunities, lost them the game. But before we get into the nitty gritty of it, I just want to say a massive shout out and thank you to each and every one of you who joined me on the stream this morning during this game. First ever stream, so I was bloody nervous, but it was so awesome to be able to interact with you guys, which is so hard to do in the comment section, but to be able to join you on the live stream and chat and experience the game with you guys was absolutely awesome. I will definitely be doing more of it, whether it's for the World Cup or whether it's for the friendlies. It's definitely going to happen, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thank you once again to everyone who joined me on it. We're approaching 13,000 subscribers. It's been one hell of a journey, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you for joining me on it. So now let's get to the game. I mean, it started off quite solid. Both teams were making mistakes at the start. Dan Coles was shocking in that first half. I mean, he was knocking on balls. He was causing penalties. He didn't have a great game. And but the problem was Australia were not capitalising. They had the opportunities and the moments to get points, but they just couldn't go that extra mile. And that cost them today. Ioane missing those penalty kicks at the start cost them. And it's those kind of mistakes that it gets a team down and demotivated when they need to be positive and up and ready for the game. And against a team like the All Blacks, after thrashing them last week with 14 men, you need to capitalise on opportunities, and they didn't, and therefore the All Blacks did. When the Aussies made mistakes, the All Blacks went for it. I mean, there was no point scored during the yellow card when Dan Coles was off. Nothing, nada, nix. And that's also a problem. You've got to capitalise. Look at the difference between when the All Blacks team lost, they got their red card last week to Barrett, and then Australia capitalised. They just did not capitalise. It looked like the lost Australian team that we've seen in the past. Michael Cheika was grumpy. It was disappointing. I was expecting a lot more from Australia. Look, I didn't see them winning. I saw the All Blacks winning, but I didn't see a walkover like it was today at 36-0. I mean, the tries that were scored were great. I mean, Sevu Reece had a brilliant game, really solid. Rishi Mwanga, also great try, great rugby from him as well. I hope his injury is not too serious, because that will be a big loss for the All Blacks if he's injured. But Barrett was solid too. Kicking was a bit odd, but again, great player. I was impressed with him. Like I said, Dan Coles was the only real weak one for the All Blacks for me. Silly mistakes, but Australia couldn't capitalise, and that's what cost them the game. Nick White didn't have too much of a bad game. Will Guinea definitely brought experience on. I thought TJ Perenara had a solid game when he came on. Aaron Smith also great game. So the All Blacks look good, and credit where credit is due. They were down and out last week. They were wounded this week, and the wounded team took back, fought back, had that attitude of never give up, and completely took over the game. And credit to them, and it's a warning to every other team and media outlet who have said the All Blacks are useless or they're not the dominant bunch. I mean, look at that result. They haven't lost 2 games in a row since 2009 against the Springboks, apparently. So just remember that. 1 game loss, a draw, you've got to remember that. And that's why we can never count out or write off the All Blacks. They're a solid team, solid force, and I was very impressed with the way they played today. A lot of people said there's not much difference. I thought there was a big difference. Score margin tells us that. The defence of the All Blacks was solid. They wouldn't allow the Wallabies back in to score tries. Wallabies had their opportunities, just couldn't get over that mile. People are asking in the quiz or in the live stream, like, should it be Foley or should we keep Ioane? I love Ioane's story, but I don't know. mentions were about Quade Cooper. I think he should be given an opportunity just to test him out in the Wallaby jersey again, see if he's ready. Sonny Bill Williams has a solid game. I thought it was a big improvement from him. So well done to him. And yeah, George Bridge, fantastic game. Also got a try. So really, really impressed with the way the All Blacks held their own, kept calm, and just scored when they needed to score. It definitely assisted them going forward. It definitely helped them, and it definitely motivated them in this game. And you could clearly see they were the favourites to win the game and to regain the Bledisloe. Obviously, because you have to outright win the tournament in order to take the trophy back. That wasn't the case. All Blacks hold it for another year, which is also a great achievement. So, for now, they're not going to fourth place. They might still go to second if Wales beat England, but we'll have to wait and see with that game on what actually happens. I mean, it was remarkable of what we saw now, the comeback of the All Blacks. And I'm buzzing from the game, from the live stream. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again. I will do it again very soon, especially with the North games next week. It's just, I've got a busy afternoon with the Springbok game build up, and then England and Wales are too close to the Bok game. But I will be recapping it tomorrow, so make sure you subscribed and tuned in for that, so don't go anywhere. But yeah, if we look at some of the stats, New Zealand clearly dominated the game, showed a lot of strength. Tries, 5 tries, 4 conversions, 1 penalty, no drop goals, but Barrett did try. Conversion attempts, 5 for the try, so he did well there. Well, got 4, sorry. Penalties, and then obviously the card, which was the yellow to Dane Coles. Some people said a red, some people said not too serious. I know Marshall said in the commentary it was really the neck that was the issue. He didn't have an issue with the throw. I had an issue with both, but the ball, he was fighting for the ball, or the ball was out, so therefore it's not that serious, according to Justin. So, everyone will have their opinion. I definitely didn't think it was a red card. And I'm pretty confident in that. I thought Jaco Paper had a solid game. If you were on the live stream or want to watch the live stream, it is on the channel. I definitely gave him a bit of a bant, but he had a good game. Way better than Jerome Garcia's from last week. So, big improvement. And a solid performance from the All Blacks, showing dominance and showing why they are the team to beat. Credit to the newbies. I mean, Sevu Reece and George Bridge taking over the wings, I thought was brilliant. I thought Reece had a solid game. I mean, that try of the soccer movement and then getting the try, I thought was genius. As for the Wallabies, if they wanted to go far in the tournament and their final, I don't know how many more games they have left. I think it's 1. They need to capitalize on opportunities. The only good thing really was the lineouts for them. I thought that was pretty solid. But the knock-ons, discipline is key. And if you don't focus on that and control that, then you got no chance. So credit to the All Blacks for capitalizing on that. And that's one thing we must remember. And we clearly saw it. Those final minutes, the All Blacks were alert. The Wallabies did come back and try and get some play in, but they just couldn't get that extra mile over. If they'd scored a try, they would have maybe given it a bit more of a fight. But the fact that they got no points, I think, is very disappointing. But hopefully they can bounce back. Let's just take the motivation of last weekend and bring that to them into the build-up for the Rugby World Cup, or for the Rugby World Cup, because we're close now. I think they got like 1 game left before it. So we're here. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for joining me on the live stream. It was awesome. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. So much more content to come. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had so much fun, and I hope you guys had fun with me too on the stream. And for those who want me to do it for their own countries, it will come. It will come, I promise. It was the first one, getting everything ready. But I will be back for another one. I thoroughly enjoyed today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much for the support. Hopefully we can get 13,000 subscribers by the end of the weekend. It will be absolutely amazing, and I appreciate the support. Thanks so much. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, and never give up. Cheers.